Understanding gender-related barriers can help you reach and vaccinate more children in the communities you serve. First, it is important to know that gender-related barriers in immunization are not the same as differences in coverage rates between girls and boys. In most places, girls and boys have similar immunization coverage rates regardless of their biological sex. So you must look beyond this to other ways that gender plays a role in your immunization program. Often you will find useful information when you consider the gender of caregivers and health workers. In this video, we will review what gender-related barriers to immunization are, how you can learn more about them, and why it is important to understand gender-related barriers in your community. First, what are gender-related barriers to immunization? Gender refers to the expected behaviors, roles, and activities of women and men in societies. Gender is a determinant of health and impacts both a person's access to quality health care and their health outcomes. Gender can also impact a person's health-seeking behavior. Gender-related barriers to immunization can occur at individual, household, community, and health system levels and impact caregivers, adolescents, and health workers. For example, women in the community may not have access to health information. This can lead to lower motivation to vaccinate their children. Or health workers may not have access to the support and resources they need to perform their best at work. Within the household, women may be considered the primary caretakers of children, but may not make the decisions about the healthcare needs of their children. They may also have limited access to or control over household resources, like money required for transportation to services. Communities may impose traditional gender norms that prevent women's full participation in health services, such as requiring a male chaperone to leave the home. Religious and social pressures may discourage adolescent girls from receiving health services from male vaccinators. And health facilities may emphasize attendance by mothers and other female caregivers and may not be favorable to fathers or other male family members. Or health facility staff may treat young, unmarried mothers poorly, which may discourage them from returning in the future. How can you learn about gender-related barriers to immunization in your community? A gender analysis is the process of collecting and analyzing data and information through a gender lens. It examines the differences in roles and norms between women and men, girls and boys, including constraints, opportunities, and needs, and the impact of these differences in their lives. You can get important information from stories, experiences, and numerical data. Information you learn from speaking with people in the community could lead to ideas for additional numerical data to gather, and vice versa. Gather information for a gender analysis from statistical databases, reports, existing or new surveys, rapid needs assessments, focus group discussions, and key informant interviews. Examining the ways that gender plays a role in your immunization program includes answering questions like, how do the daily responsibilities of women and men affect the uptake of immunization services? To what extent is child-rearing considered a woman's or man's role? And who takes a child for immunization services? What are the beliefs held by the community that prevent children from vaccination? Who influences these beliefs and how? Do female and male vaccinators have the same opportunities for training on vaccination and other skills? So why is it important to understand gender-related barriers in the communities you serve? These barriers lead to different opportunities, needs, and vulnerabilities that affect both access to and provision of vaccination services. Examining the role of gender will help you more effectively reduce these barriers for women and men, girls and boys. Every community is different. By understanding the specifics of your community, you will be better prepared to create and test effective solutions. It is important to use what you learn in your gender analysis to take action and implement solutions to address gender-related barriers in your community. You should now understand more about gender-related barriers to immunization and why it is important to understand them.